This blue chip coin is on the move. Is it time to buy? I'm Joshua with Milk Money. At Milk Money, we believe that you don't have to be rich to get rich. You just have to make your money work for you, and you can get rich the Milk Money way. All right, so let's get into it. So today, I have a quick buy alert for you. I was doing a ton of research on this coin that is considered one of the blue chip coins. After digging in and doing some due diligence, I fell in love with it, and I think it's at a pretty good price, and so I don't want you to miss out before it starts to take off. And remember, before we get into the analysis, this is not meant to be financial advice for you to just take blindly. It's just a slightly educated opinion from a random jackwagon on YouTube. So if you blindly trust me and just buy it right now because I made this video, expect that you could lose money. So I'm just going to do a quick preliminary kind of DD and kind of go over why I'm buying this stock and what price I'm trying to add to my position at. And then I'm going to have a full, more in-depth due diligence post, like deep dive about Chainlink. With the crypto space selling off over the last few days, it was a good opportunity to start picking up on some coins. I had heard a lot of buzz about Chainlink, which is considered a blue chip crypto coin. So I saw a pretty good entry point at 20 just based on the technicals and decided to buy it. And then I started doing some preliminary research and I fell in love with this coin. Definitely in the short term, I think it's got enough potential that I feel comfortable holding it at least through this bull run. And I think it has a lot of potential to be one of the main winners in the cryptocurrency space. But if you want to see the full deep dive and learn everything about Chainlink and why I think it might be a great long-term investment, then definitely like and subscribe to the channel because I'll be making that video later on in the week after I finish out the research. Today, I'm going to go over just kind of the quick nitty gritty about why I think Chainlink is great. And then I'm going to go over the pricing and try to give you some ideas of a good entry price. So let's get into it. So if you've been hearing all the hype about the blockchain, you might be thinking it sounds awesome and it's going to be this great technological revolution in the future. But currently we have one problem. We have this magical blockchain out there in the sky. How do we get to it, right? We have this great new Ethereum blockchain for running apps, and we have banks, financial institutions, government institutions with large blocks of data, insurance agencies. There's a giant established network of old information and old systems that already exist. And if we want to leverage the blockchain for those systems, we need a way to put them together. And that's where Chainlink comes in. It is, as they describe it, they are the first decentralized Oracle platform, which means it connects the off-chain to the on-chain. So essentially, for Ethereum to take hold and actually be something that is mainstream and a major part of technology, we need a way to interface that Ethereum with what already exists. So for instance, you create a wonderful application that aggregates financial data and connects it with a bank and connects it with insurance and connects it with users who want to transact and invest. It needs to get that data from off of the blockchain, and there's giant, like the Bloomberg terminal and all sorts of financial data centers that already have all this information. And if we want to send that information into the blockchain so that it can be utilized by applications, by smart contract Dapps, we need that link. And that's what Chainlink is. It takes inputs from the real world, the current internet, and it sends them to the new fancy blockchain, allows the blockchain to run and process that information and function the way the blockchain is supposed to function. And then it can send that information back out of the blockchain and back into a user interface again. So if you believe Ethereum is going to be a major winner in the future, then you also probably are going to like the idea of Chainlink being a major player going forward as well. Because Ethereum cannot be successful without Chainlink or a competitor that rises up and does the job that Chainlink does. But Chainlink is the first one, and as far as I know so far, the best one at doing this. And so we have to give them a little bit of an edge. So the short and sweet of it, I think that this is an essential technology to have. I think this is a killer app for the blockchain space. And so far, I think I'm going to be very bullish on this. Of course, I want to dig in and learn more about whether or not Chainlink is actually doing these things, how much of a moat they have. There's a lot of things to consider before you just say, I'm going to buy $10,000 worth of Chainlink and then just hold it forever, right? But I do know in the short term, being the market leader with their niche and having the current price action, that I feel very comfortable at least holding them for the near future. If you've heard any buzz about DeFi, which is decentralized finance, that buzz is also why I'm really excited about Chainlink. DeFi, decentralized finance, is going to be the first killer app of the blockchain system, I believe, because it's already being utilized. Financial institutions are starting to use it. There's already transactions happening on the DeFi network of the blockchain. And so I think anything that is tied to DeFi has potential, especially currently. If you start getting on message boards and listening to YouTubers and looking at videos, you'll start hearing that DeFi term thrown out a lot, which shows me there's a lot of buzz. Now, you want to invest on fundamentals, but buzz is also a big plus, because if people are talking about the coins, then that gives people a chance to be exposed to whether or not they want to buy it, and then people will jump in just because it's a hot coin to buy. So that's a big plus for a stock that you already believe in. Also, there's a lot of coins that are kind of just going sideways and doing nothing because nobody's really paying attention to them. So the fact that Chainlink is in the DeFi space makes me kind of believe that it's going to get attention and it's going to keep moving as long as the crypto space is bullish. All right, so when you're investing in these smaller coins, you kind of got to diversify a little bit. You don't know which ones are going to win in the long run. In the short run, you can see that they're making moves and maybe you want to jump in on the momentum. momentum, or maybe you want to get in early before they move. So I do think it's got some hype potential behind it. All right, so let's get into some pricing information, some pricing history, and then we'll try to go into the charts and try to see if we can figure out a good price for you. Chainlink and market cap rankings, it is at $9.9 billion of market cap, where Bitcoin is at 600 billion, almost 600 billion, as the market leader. So as you can see, it's got a long way to go to catch up to Bitcoin, which shows you it's way behind in one hand, but it also shows you the room that a coin could potentially get to if it becomes adopted. Now, if Bitcoin is going to be the big dog of store of value, then you would guess that Bitcoin should be much bigger than a smaller coin like Chainlink if it's just an add-on feature. So we can look at Ethereum, which has got 140,000 or 140 billion market cap. So in theory, it's possible that almost every Ethereum app that wants to interact with the real world is going to need Chainlink. So if Ethereum gets much bigger, then Chainlink will also have to get much bigger. And right now, if you believe in Ethereum long term, these market caps are going to get much bigger because these tools are not really being fully utilized. They're being used by cutting edge entrepreneurs and engineers and academics in the computer science space and stuff like that. People that are really into this have started tinkering and playing with it, but there's very few mainstream industries or people that are really diving into these things yet. So once they even start to become in the early adoption phase, you're going to have such a huge jump in the usage of these things that these market caps have a long way to run, I believe. Just on basic guess, I could easily guess that Chainlink, being at 24 now, could easily be a $100 coin just by getting some small mainstream adoption. And then if this became a huge mainstream space of technology, who knows, maybe it could be another $1,000 coin. So you're getting in now and holding it for a long time, there's a lot of potential. All right, some price history. When it debuted in 18, it was somewhere around 19 cents. So if you'd invested in then, you'd be up quite a bit. It just hit its all-time high this weekend, which was 25.45. It's come down just a dip since then. I actually entered a position around 20 when Bitcoin crashed. I took it as an opportunity to try to get into some of these smaller coins. I was able to get it around 20, 21. And then over the weekend, while I researched this video, it started moving. And that's why I wanted to hurry up. Instead of giving you the full deep dive, give you a quick alert that the stock is on the move, or coin is on the move. It might be a good chance for you to get in before it skyrockets to $100. All right, so it's 52-week low this year. Earlier in the year, it was $1.51 and is now at its high recently at $25.45. So as you can see, these smaller coins, if you get in them early enough, they have huge upside. Now you've already missed that first 25x gain, but it's still a small coin with a lot of room to go. So I would not be surprised if it multiplied and multiplied and multiplied again. And next time I see a coin at 12 cents that sounds cool, I'm going to buy it because this one is up 19,527 from its all-time low. Insane. All right, so let's dig into the chart and try to see if we can figure out if it's a good time to buy or what a good time for you to buy would be. So over the past weekend, as Bitcoin crashed and pulled back hard, so did Chainlink, and I saw it bounce off of it this low here, and I was able to get in at about 21.50. So anyway, as Bitcoin corrected over the weekend, so did Chainlink. And then I saw it bounce off this price and I saw it hit 21. And even though I hadn't started researching it a ton yet, I knew it was on my list. So I figured, you know what, that seems like a good price. I'm going to jump in. And luckily I got it at a good price. Sorry I didn't make a video right that day and tell y'all, but now my channel's up and running. So make sure you subscribe and you can get this news a little bit quicker next time. And so it's rallied since then, which would make you nervous about jumping in right now, in that it has moved up 22% over the last week. And as of yesterday, it was an 11% gain. So one thing that you don't want to do with these things, especially with how volatile coins are, anytime with a volatile stock or volatile crypto coin, is to be careful chasing. It gets really exciting when it's going up. You feel safer because if I buy it, it's going to keep going up. But you've got to, if it's going to be bouncing and bouncing, then you've got a chance it's going to go against you right away. And then you might get stopped out or scared out of your position. So I like to wait for red days if possible. Or if it recovered, like if it's on a green day, but it's only recovered to the previous red day, kind of like here, where it was down and then big, I felt safe getting in. Now that it's up here, now it might be a good entry price because as you can see today, it's starting to consolidate and just kind of chill out so far. And if it does this for another day or two, kind of just goes sideways, it could be creating just a simple bull flag and it could start moving to the upside again. If we look at our trend channel, we've got 2 touches here for support, and then you got 2 touches for the resistance, and so far it's just been bouncing in this channel. Actually, we got 3 touches here, so it's just bouncing. It's kind of stair stepping up. Luckily, it's only 2 to 3 bounces so far, so it's still got room that it could run. So I would feel comfortable entering in this range here especially on a red day, because I think it's going to continue to the upside as long as the whole space does. It's definitely dependent on if Bitcoin decides to crash today, it's going to take the whole market down. But anyway, as you can see, once it hits the top of this trend line, it likes to pull back to the bottom, at least the previous 2 times. Whether it'll continue that pattern, I don't know, but it's pretty reliable. And once these coins start doing this, that you can expect to do it a few times before it changes its stripes. This time it's consolidated halfway up, maybe because of the weakness in the market in general. So I wouldn't necessarily feel too afraid of buying in here, because also, even though it's run up 20% over the week, that 20% run up was from a previous low. So it's actually, if you look at the previous high of 23, it's only $1.50 off a previous high. So really, it's not that overstretched. As you can see, the RSI still hasn't gone over 70. So the last 2 times it bounced off the upper trend line, it was over 70 and promptly turned around. So if you're one of those who wants to always get in at a cheaper price and you don't want to chase, you might wait a couple days to see if it pulls back to this trend line or halfway down this trend line. I don't know if it's going to pull back all the way, if it stopped halfway, or maybe you want to start half your position here because it really isn't that overextended. It's just moved a lot this week, that's all. And so what I might actually do is add a little bit here in case it decides to keep running up to this upper trend line before it corrects. I could definitely see, since that's what it did these last 2 times, that this is a 1-day consolidation, kind of like here, where it took a break for a day and then rocketed up to the trend line again. So if you think that might happen, if you're leaning towards that edge, maybe start part of your position today. Or if you like to be aggressive, get your whole position. I think you'll be okay in the long run. So maybe I'll add to my position here in case it runs up, and then maybe it'll bounce off that top trend line and come back down anyway, and I'll still be able to get back in somewhere under 24, 25. I would say if it dips under 24 and it gets around the $23 range, that would be pretty safe. You know, you let it pull back just a little bit, you don't have to feel like you're chasing. But that's up to you to kind of decide. These patterns aren't always guaranteed that they'll keep doing. It's just a matter of fine-tuning your entry to where you feel comfortable that you're not going to get stopped out and you're not chasing. If you're super bullish, then it's better to get in so you don't miss it. If you're cautiously bullish, then maybe do half and half. But long term, from what I do feel bullish overall, as long as the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum hold up, especially Ethereum. Ethereum is consolidating right now, looking like it wants to possibly move forward. If Ethereum were to rally, then I would think Chainlink is going to rally right along with it, because Chainlink is an add-on and an essential tool to make Ethereum better. So if Ethereum does well, Chainlink will do well. If Ethereum were to crash, I would expect Chainlink to crash. I just want to throw the alert out to you because I feel like Ethereum might be ready to run, and if it does, I want to be in Chainlink beforehand so that I'm not playing catch up. All right, so for the bear case, what could go wrong for us here with Chainlink? Hopefully when I do my full deep dive video, which you're going to like and subscribe so that you get that, I'll be able to uncover some things that we need to look out for that could be red flags for whether or not Chainlink will succeed or fail. But things that I can think of right now about why I could be wrong with this $25 target here is that the market as a whole is in consolidation and we don't know which way it's going to go. So any crypto, if you buy right now, you're taking the risk that the market is at a top and is going to bottom out and you're going to lose money. If we're in a consolidation pattern and then we go to the upside, you're in a great spot. So you kind of have to decide how you're comfortable. I'm slightly nervous that we're in trouble with the market consolidating and it could go to the downside, especially with the negative news coming out from Janet Yellen and everything else. However, I feel like there's so much momentum coming into this consolidation that I'm leaning bullish personally, but you have to decide for you if you feel like it's bullish. So anyway, if the market goes down, this coin is going to get wrecked. All right, the second kind of bear case is if Ethereum doesn't become the market leader that it expects to be, and something like Cardano and Polkadot totally take over, then Chainlink is going to be caught out of luck unless they can adapt. So hopefully we'll be able to find some signs whether or not they're going to be linking with everything. I do know one of their goals from their white paper was that they're going to be multi-chain compatible, so they're going to link Ethereum to Polkadot and things like that, is what it sounded like. So that would fix that bear case, but that's still a possibility because they currently work with Ethereum as far as I know. And it's so early in the space, that's really the biggest danger. We are in the wild, wild west. We do not know who's going to win. This technology sounds amazing. It sounds like it has to win, but it's early. They're not widely adopted. It's not like everybody's got Chainlink on their phone connecting to their bank. A new competitor could come up and be even better and take them over. We don't know. So as a long-term investment, there's a lot of uncertainty on whether or not the best ideas will be the best ideas 5 years from now. So just keep that in mind. That's part of the bear case, probably for every coin that I mention. But the thing that always makes me a little bit bearish is when a stock moves up really fast. But the whole market has been rallying like crazy. Since Christmas, Ethereum has doubled, and so has Chainlink. It's gone from around 12-ish to 25 just since Christmas. So that always makes me a little nervous that you're chasing something, but at the same time, what we have learned this past year is watching stock after stock after stock, PayPal, Tesla, most of the FANG stocks went nuts, and they kept going nuts for months. So this has really only been going nuts for 1 month. So I think with this recent consolidation, if we break to the upside, then we've got some room to run. So that might not necessarily be bad, but just keep in mind, something goes up fast, you've always got the danger of it going down fast. Anyway, that's it for Chainlink. Put in the description whether you think it's a good time to buy. Did I miss something? Do you know something about why it might be a bad investment so that we can all learn from you as well? Let me know if you're adding to your position, starting position, or waiting. It'd be great to get a feel from you. And also, again, make sure you like and subscribe so that you can see future videos on all the coins that I'll be talking about. I'm also going to be making lots of video about traditional stocks and investing as well. But anyway, I'm Joshua. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video where we keep learning to make money the milk money way. Make more money so we can save more money so we can milk that money to make more money. All right. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video.